We know that what is the nephron? Nephron is a structural function unit of the kidney. Nephron is one of the structural and function unit of the kidney is known as a nephron. So each kidney consistent of 1.3 millions of the nephron. Each kidney containing how many? 1.3 millions of the nephron. If each nephron, the size of the each nephron is 3 centimeters. Okay, the size of the each nephron is 3 centimeters. If you are collecting 1.3 millions of the nephrons and elongation, so these are approximately 65 kilometers. Approximately how much? 65 kilometers of this 1.3 millions of the nephrons. So nephron is a structural and function unit of the kidney. Function unit of the kidney. So the size of the each nephron. So how many nephrons are there? 1.3 millions of the nephron. How many? 1.3 millions of the nephrons are there in each kidney. Okay. So each kidney, the size of the each kidney is 3 centimeters. The size of the each kidney is 3 centimeters. You can able to spread 1.3 millions of the each nephrons. Approximately the size, the length of all nephrons is 65 kilometers. How much? 65 kilometers. Are you clear? So after 45 years, the nephron activities will become reduced. The mechanical actions will become reduced in after how much? After 45 years. After 45 years, the filtration mechanism will become reduced. After the 45 years, the filtration mechanism will become reduced, means every 10 years, after the 45 years, every 10 years, the 10% of nephrons will become die. Note down everyone. After the 45 years, the mechanism of filtration will become reduced. Filtration of mechanism will be reduced means every 10 years, after the 45 plus 10, is every 50, nothing but 55, up to after 55 years, every year the 10% of nephrons are inactive. After the 45 years, the filtration will be slow down. After 10 years, nothing but 55 years, in the total number of the kidneys, nephrons, how many? 1.3 millions of nephrons. In this total, only the 10% of the nephrons will become inactive, nothing but will become die. Only the 90% of the nephrons will be active. So now after the 65 years, only 80% will be active. So these are information about the nephron. Next one, the structure of the nephron. Are you clear? Structure of the nephron. So the nephron is one of the cup-shaped structure. It's a cup-shaped structure. The diagram of the nephron. This nephron is a cup-like structure. It leads into renal tubules. That is known as a looping of first loop of the anterior part of the nephron is known as a proximal convoluted tubule. What is that? The nephron is a funnel-like tubule. The funnel-like tubule leads into renal tubule. So the renal tubule, the anterior part of the renal tubule have one of the looping. The first loop of the renal tubule is known as a proximal convoluted tubule. So the proximal convoluted tubule, it's shown the ascending and descending orders. Arranging as ascending and descending orders. Okay, first one. What is the nephron consistent of the two major parts are there. First one is Malpighian region. Malpighian tubule. The nephron containing two regions are there. Malpighian tubule. Second one is renal tubules. So the Malpighian tubule containing two regions are there. First one is known as a Bowman's capsule. This capsule is nothing but is a cup-like portion is called as a Bowman's capsule. What is the Bowman's capsule? The cup-like portion of the nephron is called as a Bowman's capsule. So in this Bowman's capsule have a one of the cavity nothing but one of the notch or depression. This depression is completely placed by what is a huge amount of the blood capillaries. Nothing but this cavity is filled with a huge amount of the blood capillaries. This blood capillaries, a group of the blood capillaries are called as a glomerular. This cavity is filled with a the group of blood capillaries are called as a glomerular. What is the glomerular? Glomerular nothing but a group of blood capillaries are placed on Bowman's capsule region. So this is called as a glomerular. So the glomerular is containing two vessels, blood vessels are there. The large and wide blood vessel is called as a afferent blood vessel. Very important. The large and wide blood vessel is called afferent blood vessel. So this afferent blood vessel is very wide. It is carries deoxygenized blood from the body parts. It carries deoxygenized blood. So I am indicates into blue color. So the narrow tubule is known as a efferent blood vessel. The narrow tubule is called efferent blood vessel. After the filtration of this deoxygenized blood, nothing but nitrogenous wastages blood, after these are enters into efferent blood vessel, nothing but purified blood. So this efferent blood vessel. So in this Bowman capsule, the Bowman capsule is made up of two different type of layers. Bowman capsule is made up of two different type of layers, two different type of membranes. What are they? Outermost membrane. This outermost membrane is called as a parietal. Note down everyone. Outermost membrane is called as a parietal membrane. The innermost layer is called as a visceral membrane. The outermost membrane is known as a parietal membrane. Innermost layer is known as a visceral membrane. Which one is made up of? The Bowman's capsule is made up of two different type of membranes. So the innermost membrane is known as a visceral membrane. The visceral membrane is consistent of loboid cells. Which cells? Loboid, nothing but amoeboid cells are present. The inner surface of the Bowman's capsule containing amoeboid cells. There is no proper structure. So these are amoeboid cells are there. There is a gap in between of two amoeboid cells. So this is called as a split gap, a split space. Split gap. What is a split gap? The gap in between of the two amoeboid cells is known as a split gap. So these are made up of which one? Visceral layer. So the in between of the blood capillaries and Bowman's capsule have one of the space. The blood capillaries and Bowman's capsule have one of the space. This space is called as interstitial space. The space in between of the blood capillaries are there. There is a Bowman's capsule. So there is in between of blood capillaries and Bowman's visceral membrane, they have a space. This space is called as a interstitial space. This space is known as interstitial space. Interstitial space. So this interstitial space is made up of one of the membrane. This interstitial space is made up of one of the membrane is known as a basement membrane. This interstitial space is made up of which membrane? One of the membrane is known as a basal membrane. Sorry, basement membrane. Basement membrane. Don't get confused. Basement membrane. So this is Bowman's capsule is made up of two different type of membranes are there. Outermost membrane is known as a parietal, innermost is visceral. So the innermost visceral membrane consists of amoeboid cells. So these amoeboid cells are consistent of a pores nothing but opening. So these amoeboid cells are arranged, the two amoeboid cells are maintain the gap in between of the two amoeboid cells. So that gap is known as a splits gap. So there is a gap in between of the two amoeboid, splits gap. What is the important? After the what is that separation, these uric acid is directly enters into the what is the renal tubule region. So the splits gap. The splits gap. Clear. So there is a what is that? The in between of blood vessels, nothing but glomerular and Bowman's capsule have one of the space. The space is called as the interstitial space. The space in between of the glomerular and Bowman's capsule is known as the interstitial space. So the space is made up of one of the membrane. The membrane is known as a basemental membrane. This basemental membrane is facilitated to exchanging of excretory product. Are you clear? So this is the information about the Malpighian tubule. Malpighian tubule nothing but Bowman's capsule and glomerular called as a Malpighian tubule. Bowman's capsule and glomerular called as a Malpighian tubule. Clear? Next one. So this which one after these are separating uric acid, these are leads into one of the space. The space is called the renal space. So this Malpighian tubule, which one? This Malpighian tubule, this one and this one is called as a Malpighian. The Malpighian tubule next leads into renal tubule. Next leads into which region? Renal tubule region. This one is starts with renal tubule. So renal tubule is a very long tubule. Renal is one of the long and very large tubule. This tubule containing the anterior portion of this tubule containing one of the coiled portion. The coiled portion is called as a proximal convoluted tubule. Convoluted means coiled. This one is proximal convoluted. This coiled as a proximal convoluted tubule, nothing but PCT, proximal convoluted tubule. The anterior portion of the renal tubule have one of the coiled structure is called as proximal convoluted tubule. This proximal convoluted tubule and descending into medullary region. Descending into pyramid means medullary region. This medullary region, these are have very thick descending limb. These are have very thick descending. There is a enters into the loop. They have a very thin descending. Thick descending. Yes or no? This is one of the descending. So the what is that? Nephron is descending into pyramid region. So the descending is an anterior is a thick descending. The descending is called as a thick descending. So this one is thin descending. Thick descending and thin. Both are undercomes into descending. Okay. So this is a loop is called as a loop of Henle. Loops of Henle. This is called as a Henle's loop. This loop is called as a Henle's loop. This Henle's loop look like a hairpin like structure. This is called as a hairpin structure. Which one? This loop of Henle look like a hairpin like structure, like this one, like this hairpin like structure. So this is called as a loop of Henle. So hairpin is ascending. This is known as a thin. This one is thin. This one is thick. Thin ascending. Which one? The urinary. What is the renal tubule? Is a thin ascending limb. So leads into ascending region. This is known as a thick ascending. thick ascending. So the thick ascendings shown one of the coiled nature in the what is a descending region, sorry, ascending region. So that is known as a distal convoluted tubule. Distal convoluted tubule. So this distal convoluted tubules, the last portion is distal convoluted tubule. The distal convoluted tubule leads into collective duct. Which duct? Collective duct. Collective duct. So this is the information about the structure of the nephron. Are you clear? So what is that? The nephron containing two regions are there. What are the first one is Malpighian tubule and renal tubule. Malpighian tubule is consistence of what is a glomerular and a Bowman's capsule. The Bowman's capsule is made up of which type of cells and what is the function? Next one, these Bowman's capsule leads into one of the large tubule and a highly coiled tubule is known as a renal tubule. The anterior portion of the what is a coiled tubule is called as the proximal convoluted tubule. PCT. The proximal convoluted tubules is the descending into the what is that pyramid region. So the descending region, when the anterior of the descending is called as a thick descending, the posterior one is known as a thin descending. So after the descending, these are shown ascending. In between of ascending and descending, these are having a loop-like structure. So that is loop is known as a loop of Henle or Henle's loop. It is look like a hairpin-like structure. Which like structure? Hairpin-like structure. So this thin ascending leads into thick ascending. So the thick ascendings are ending of the thick ascending consistent of the highly coiled duct, that is called distal convoluted. Convoluted means coiled. The distal convoluted tubule. So the distal convoluted tubule is connecting to the collecting duct. The collecting duct to calyces. Note down. Calyces to minor calyces to pelvis to ureter to urinary bladder to urethra. Clear? Now the next we are discussing about the structure of the detailed structure of the nephron. Let's see the which type of parts are involving in mainly in nephron. Which type of organs are there in mainly in nephron? Let's see the diagram. So let's see the chart. First one, nephron. Nephron consistent of how many tubules are there? Two tubules are there. First one is Malpighian tubules. Second one is renal tubule. So the Malpighian tubule is consistent of two regions are there. Glomerular. Second one is Bowman's capsule. The renal tubules. The renal tubule starts with a proximal convoluted tubule. Second one is loop of Henle. Proximal convoluted tubule, loop of Henle. Henle's last one is distal convoluted tubule. The proximal convoluted tubule shown thick descending limb and thin descending limb. Thick and thin descending limb. Thick and thin descending limb. So this is known leads into loop of Henle is known as these are called as a hairpin Next one is leads into distal convoluted tubule. So this distal convoluted, before this leads into distal convoluted tubule, this hairpin shows thin ascending limb, and thick ascending limb. So next one, the distal convoluted tubule leads into collecting duct. So the collecting duct, how? First one, the Malpighian tubules in glomerular filtration. In this glomerular filtration, the glomerular filtration was occur. The glomerular filtration was occur means the glomerular more number of the blood vessels, approximately 60 blood capillaries are there. How many? 60. Approximately 60 blood capillaries are there in the glomerular region. The high pressure was created in the glomerular region when the glomerulars are separating off nitrogenous wastages from the blood and leads into Bowman's capsule. Leads into which capsule? Bowman's capsule. So the Bowman's capsule contain, what are they? What is that? So what is the membranes are there? So the Bowman's capsule 2 leads into which one? Renal tubules. Renal tubule. So renal tubule 2, first one is proximal convoluted tubule. Second one is Henle's loop. Very, very important. And distal convoluted tubule. To collecting duct. The collecting of the duct, it is leads into minor calyces. Or minor calyx. All group of the minor calyx are leads into major calyx. So major calyx leads into pelvis. Pelvis 2 leads into ureter. Ureter to urinary bladder. Urinary bladder to urethra. To outside.